Yeah, it's a weird thing, 'cause it's my first film, and so I actually quite enjoy doing this. I like talking about it, because I'm really pleased with it.
Yeah, well, you can imagine what it's like when you go out there with a bad film and you got to do this.
I don't know how you do it, honestly, because I can't fake it.
Talk to M. Night Shyamalan, I'm sure he knows all the tricks by now. You just stare straight ahead.
Answer the questions.
I know that in many ways you're like the young Walter in this movie, this Muppets fanatic who must help bring the Muppets back on top. And you think of your 6-year-old self with your Muppet lunchbox and your little thermos flask for your lemon drink. I'm guessing there was that sense from the beginning, this is a pretty big undertaking I'm taking on here.
Yeah, but I kind of felt I knew them, because I was, I'm a child of the 70s, so I remember watching them the first time around many years ago as a 4-year-old kid in front of my big old brown box TV with a big glass screen, and I loved them, and they were inspirational to me. They made me laugh every week for 5 years. So I felt I knew why I liked them, and that was a big thing. As a director, that's all you need to know is what you want to do. And the fact I'd come off doing a show called Friday the Concords on HBO, which was a very musical comedy. And so I knew this film was going to be a musical comedy. So it felt like it was my area of expertise, if you like. And the fact I knew them, and I knew what I was going to do with them, and I love songs, and I knew Brett was going to help out, I felt this was going to be a good combination of situations.
And Jemaine Clement is pretty close to it. There's sort of Muppet style about that guy. About when you look at his features.
Brett and Jemaine are two very large Muppets. They really are. If you watch the show, they feel like they could well be puppets. If you take them out, put puppets in, that's a very good show too. So it felt like it was the same world,
I was thinking it's hard to get like a great performance out of saggy, inexpressive, lifeless actors, but you get a pretty good job here with Jason Segel. He seems to come across pretty well. Can we just have a little drum?
There you go. Boom, boom. Yeah, it's a good Muppet joke. Well done. That's what we're talking about.
That's the one. I was thinking during the breaks, you said before during the breaks of Flight of the Concords, you'd watched some of the Muppet Show, and there was 120 episodes, and
we did.
Inspired like a Mel musical scene with cookies and all the rest. So when it came to creating this, that balance you've got to get the hipsters like your age, my age, that would have known it from way back, but also the hopscotch kids who actually don't know it. And that would have been, I suppose, a lot of debate about it.
It's a hard thing to do, but as ever with any of these things, it's about what you find funny just yourself and just using that as a guide. I also have children, that helps. My daughter's 4 years old, and she's a good test audience for these sort of things. So why you will see a lot of dancing chickens in this film is because my daughter loves dancing chickens. But yeah, it's not like it wasn't as we're talking about, it wasn't a huge leap from Concords to Muppets. It felt like the same world, both in terms of their own personalities, but also in the comedy style, because the comedy style of Concords is very innocent. There wasn't much stuff which was very adult in it, and Muppets is the same. It's got this very sweet charm to it. They're very optimistic, charming, but funny, crucially funny people, and so they felt like the same thing to me.
The Muppets have to raise 10 million to save their theatre, and pretty much I think Disney would have wanted at least half that on the opening weekend. You did 29 million, which was pretty spectacular. I don't know whether that Monday morning, or maybe you knew earlier than that, that's sort of just the relief. You just know this is the springboard for so much that they want to happen.
It was really pleasing, because we had some incredible reviews, and I think we're still now the
96%.
The second best reviewed film of the year in America after The Artist, which is a film I absolutely adore. So to be anywhere near that for me is just fantastic. And then also to make some money, as everyone knows, is quite important these days apparently. So I was very pleased with the response, and and just seeing people just smile for 2 hours is a joy. So I'm really pleased with it.
It was back in late 2007, early 2008 that Jason Segel and his friend Nicholas Stoller, who directed him in Forgetting Sarah Marshall, went to Disney. They said, "Let's do this. Let's write a script."
We know what happened. Jason went in for a general meeting about other stuff. And he said to them, "I hear you own the Muppets, or you have the Muppets in your franchise drawers. Why aren't you making films of them?" And they said to him, "Well, if you did have that, would you be in it?" And he said, "Of course I would." And then here we are today, 5 years later.
But I was thinking that in those early days, obviously as often happens, that different ideas went forward and different titles went forward. I think the greatest Muppet movie ever made, the cheapest Muppet movie ever made. Nicholas was going to direct, and then in January 2010, you were announced. Were you kind of very aware all that time, or was it just a late sort of addition that, hey...
I remember, because I was busy doing Concords, so I remember reading about the Muppet movie being mooted, and I thought that is a brilliant idea, because I love the Muppets. They're great. Good luck, whoever does that. Fantastic. And then I literally got an email out of the blue from my agent saying, this is the same sort of January 2010, saying, "Do you like the Muppets?" Question mark. That's it. And I sent an email back saying, "Yes, of course. Who doesn't like the Muppets?" And then here we are, and that's what happened. That
sounds like spam to me. There's
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Do you want Viagra?
There's a lot of, as always with the Muppets and the shows and all that, they have a lot of all-star cameos and wonderful people, Feist, Mickey Rooney and Ricky Gervais and all that, I think, in the background. But the one person who couldn't make a cameo was good old Elmo, because the Sesame Street decided their attorneys and various people said, "No, you can't have him." Was that a long debate, or was it just a simple no? And
That's a simple no. But it was. I love the idea of being a cameo because, of course, in the first Muppet movies, there always was a cameo from Sesame Street character. The first movie is Big Bird hitchhiking. And it's a brilliant cameo because in those days they're all very mixed up and they're still, quite close. But sadly, it didn't happen for us.
They move on. They drift apart.
That's right. They're different worlds now, apparently.
But that feeling that you're from England. You did the Ali G show, the 11 o'clock show. Obviously, the Concords brought you to America. You luckily weren't involved with the Ali G movie, but this is, as you say, your debut movie. It must feel you've stepped into a different maybe level of existence. That your suddenly doors might open a little bit quicker.
Yeah, to a degree. That's nice. I mean, the success of the film means I can meet people who probably wouldn't meet me before, which is nice. But no, other than that, it feels like it's a continuity thing. You never think about it like that. You do your job and you hope people like what you do, and then see where it goes, and then you're allowed to make things which are bigger, and that's nice too. Directing my actual job doesn't change that much because I'm always at the coalface. I'm just me and the camera and the actor. I just turn around. It's different. That's all. Sometimes there's 10 people, sometimes there's 1,000 people. So that's the difference. Isn't it? That's the difference.
Well, given your love for them and Jason's love for the Muppets, that deep core of fan base that will want to know, well, that's Steve Whitmore doing the voice, that's Eric Jacobson, they want to know the details.
Yeah.
Did you kind of feel those Star Trek type fans that would,
of course,
would look,
I had to make a film that worked for those guys and for people who had no idea who they are. Because my daughter's 4 and had never heard of the Muppets, and now she absolutely loves them. And it's that what I love about that is the way we use Walter as a sort of conduit for that. Whereby, if you don't know who the Muppets are, Walter is a guy who can show you who the Muppets are. But if you do know the Muppets, you are Walter. Therefore, you get it. You know what I mean? You know what he's talking about, and that's a very useful device for that. Whereby both camps will enjoy the movie either way, which is great.
I'm sure Madeline's dressed from head to toe now and stuff. Disney just keep throwing stuff.
She's in piggy pink most of the time.
Rock and roll. Lovely to talk to you.
And
Sam.
you, man.
Yeah, cheers,
Thank you. Nice one.
And well done with all the stuff.
Thank you.
Concord.